Well, good morning from Australia. You can still get out and go for a walk for a bit of exercise. So what I thought I'd do is get the Nikon D850 with the 80-400mm lens. And very luckily, I have this beautiful park. If you just look around there, you can see I've got this wonderful park, which is just down the back of my place because I've got all these trees here. And what I noticed yesterday was all these butterflies were hatching. I can see them now. And I thought I'm going to try and get some of those butterflies with this lens with a really high shutter rate. It's a good chance to get out of home, give the Nikon D850 a bit of a stretch, and yeah, we'll see what type of shots we can get. There's this beautiful blue butterfly over here. Just over here. Have a look at this guy. But at least I'm still very lucky in that I can still get out and do this. We're not in full lockdown yet, but I dare say that's probably coming very soon. So making the most of it, getting out, getting a bit of vitamin D, a bit of exercise, and doing my favourite thing, of course, photography. I'm just going to take you around to this particular tree that I saw the other day, and it was covered in all these butterflies. It was just surreal. They were all coming out, and by the looks of it, they're still there. So hopefully I can get some shots, but also I might try and get some slow-mo with this camera as well. Yeah, this huge tree here. And yeah, they're still up there. They're still up there. Okay, I might be a little bit far away with this 400mm lens, but I'll try and get a shot. Oh, look at this guy, right here in front of me. Oh, look at the blue details on his wing. Just going to get around a little bit. Hopefully he'll stay there for me. Look at the beautiful detail. Oh, just took off. But up here, you can see all these butterflies are coming out on this bit of a vine. Trying to get one of these butterflies in flight is just so difficult. Wow, look at the colours on this guy. He's black with white spots and these bits of blue tinge around them. Anyway, let's move on from here and we'll see what else we can find in the park. I love the way the light is coming off of this cobweb here. Okay, so in Australia at the moment, we have got restrictions in that you can no longer go into the national parks for hikes in certain states. But I'll give you an example here. This is normally packed on a Saturday morning with kids here at this playground. And now what they've done is they've put up little closure signs like this. You can no longer go onto playgrounds. The same thing applies for gym equipment as well. Like we've got gym equipment in our park, and you can see there, you cannot use this gear anymore. Obviously they don't want you touching surfaces or anything like that. So if you look down into here, this is the bit of a stream that I have going down the back of my place. It normally gets pretty badly flooded when the floods come through, but at the moment it's looking really lovely. Get a lot of water dragons in here as well. And just to bring you up to speed too, with the Nikon, I'm basically using the same settings that I use for bird photography. So I've got my setup where I've got my preview button on single set autofocus. I've got my AF on button as a group area autofocus, and then also I've got my thumbnail set up for 25-point autofocus. So what I was saying before is normally this whole area has some water dragons, and I've managed to spot one. He's just out having a bit of sun on a log just over here, so I'm going to try and get a shot for you. Try not to scare him away. There's the slightest bit of movement, and these guys are history, they take off pretty fast. Here's another one just through here. This is this big guy. I normally see this guy on a walk. He's just sitting there just checking me out. Once again, I'm just going to use the single point autofocus. He's just checking me out. It's pretty dark in there. You know what, I can back off on the shutter speed on this because he's not moving. Let me get a little bit more light for the camera. I'm going to shoot it at about 1/250th of a second. There you go. These are they're noisy miner birds. And they are hiding. Oh, here we go. They're hiding. Here he is, he's just hanging upside down on this. He's actually got a worm in his mouth. Having breakfast. Whoa, hang on, have a look at this guy. There's a water dragon, he's sitting right on, oh, this is almost like a postcard. What are you doing for me, little fella? I love the fact that there is a bit of these little red type flowers behind him. Once again, just sitting right about there. Put him over to the left-hand side of frame. I am going to leave this little fella to get his sun, get his bit of vitamin D. Oh, he's just taken off. Don't you hate that when you're sunbaking and people just come up and annoy you? Oh, here's Mr. Water Dragon. Once again, I'm just going to slip it back to something like 1/320th of a second. He's got his head right up. Not as impressive as the other guy before in the sunlight. Once again, just single point autofocus. This creek here has normally got a ton of turtles in it. At the moment they're not playing. I think they've been treated with treats from people going over the bridge throwing them bread. Oh yeah, no, there's a couple in here. gosh, what? There is a huge fish in here. I cannot believe this. I cannot believe the size of it. Actually, there's two. You are kidding me. There's two massive big fish in here. Gee, I hope it rains soon because that's not too far from drying up in here. Well, you see something new every day. Two massive fish, and they're about that big. And I'm not exaggerating like a fisherman would. They're this big, but they're actually that big. Well guys, I'm going to leave it there. I've enjoyed today and thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, please. We're going to get back to our normal lives, and I tell you what, when it's all over, we're going to have a much more bigger appreciation for all those things that we took for granted.